More Black women and girls are killed every day. You actually heard me right there. I said every day. This is obviously a crisis, but oftentimes it doesn't get the attention it deserves.
According to BlackFemicide, a Black woman is killed every 6 hours, typically by a Black man. This is the story of Melia Angelic Jones.
My name is Melia Jones.
Say thanks for the medal.
Taking my coat. And I love you.
Leah, what is it? Show the camera. Barnyard
movie.
What is that? Monster House. What is it?
That's a game?
Yeah.
You put that on your list?
Yeah. I told you.
What's that?
And Willie too?
It came to sit.
Melia Angelic Jones was born in Puerto Rico on April 11, 1998. At some point, her and her family moved to America, settling down in Virginia. According to her family, Melia enjoyed dancing and singing to her favorite artists, including Michael Jackson, Big Time Rush, Elvis Presley, Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, and all gospel artists. She was a beautiful, vibrant, hardworking young lady that never allowed her disability to impact her upward mobility. Melia graduated from Mount Vernon High School in 2016. In May of 2020, she graduated from Pulley Career Center. While there, she worked at Crystal City Marriott Hotel as a housekeeper and a banquet service representative. She was awarded Employee of the Month on 2 separate occasions. She later gained employment at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport as a customer service representative. She earned a Perfect Attendance Award and Employee of the Month. According to a few sources online, work slowed down and she was unemployed during the pandemic. But that didn't stop her from transitioning into her next chapter in life, which was her own apartment. Her family stated she was happy to be living on her own. Unfortunately, this would be Melia's last chapter as she was tragically taken.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear MJ. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. There it is.
Disturbing new details just unveiled in the murder of a woman who had Down syndrome.
Prosecutors say that her neighbor killed her at the Van Dorn apartment building in Alexandria last month.
The allegations are upsetting and they are difficult to hear. Amy Cho has a story you will only see on News 4.
A young woman starting a new chapter in her life. Melia Jones was 23 years old with Down syndrome. Her family says she had recently gotten her own apartment in Alexandria and was living on her own for the first time. And it was here in her apartment that prosecutors say her neighbor David Cunningham killed her last month. Today in court, the prosecution described it as an extremely violent murder, saying Melia was found in bed wrapped in a blanket with a bag over her head. They also said there was blood, signs of sexual assault, and evidence of cleanup attempts. The medical examiner says the cause of death was strangulation, and prosecutors say they found DNA evidence linking to David Cunningham. His defense attorney says Cunningham did have a, quote, flirty relationship with her. He admits the two had some sexual contact, but maintains it was consensual with no intercourse. The defense also called the murder a, quote, true whodunit, and said Cunningham is innocent. According to Malia Jones's obituary, she had worked in customer service at Reagan National Airport, winning 2 Employee of the Month awards. One neighbor tells us she loved music and dancing, and they bonded after he saw her doing the moonwalk.
I went over there and I gave her a hug, and we became pretty decent friends. I would be proud to say, if she were my sister, that she was my sister. That's the kind of person she was.
According to prosecutors, her dad and stepmom were the ones who found her body. David Cunningham now charged with second-degree murder.
And today in court, a judge ordered Cunningham to remain in jail without bond. His next court appearance is scheduled for March 18th. In Alexandria.
David Cunningham, her next-door neighbor, has been charged with her assault and murder. I was unable to locate his criminal history or any other information. While I was searching, I discovered a YouTube page belonging to her family where they had posted videos of her. But under the news story, I saw a comment that stood out. It said, "Can't believe that I worked with that guy and talked to that guy. Didn't even know he had a second face. I'm so shocked to see that you can look at someone not knowing how he is. There's no way on trusting anyone because you never know what he's going to do." This story hits home for me. I have a mentally disabled sibling who was born in September of 1998. I had wondered if she would ever live on her own, but after hearing and reporting on this story, that will never be an option. It's not that she isn't capable, it's that I know that predators live amongst us. They prey on the vulnerable, particularly children, women, and the mentally and physically disabled. Most people with mental disabilities, at least the ones I have met, have a childlike innocence. They can't pick up on weird vibes or behavior or navigate away from someone who is suspect without arousing suspicion. This story was very difficult for me to do. If her family ever watches this, I am sorry this happened to her. I meant no harm in my review. I wanted to bring awareness to her story. Melia Angelic Jones mattered, and she was and still is loved. May she rest in peace, and I hope her killer gets life without parole.
This is my coat, and I love you.
To Melia. To my beautiful little niece. Love you, baby.